everybody. I'm coming to you from my backyard, my patio. I'm trying this on my phone, so I don't even know what's going to happen, but we're going to talk about this because I wanted to talk between us women. I wanted to talk about something that some people don't talk about until it's too late. And I'm talking about our hearts, not the romantic stuff, not for today. I'm talking about the one that keeps us alive, okay? And I wanted to share a little bit about it. So, first of all, I wanted to say that recently, and you, those that follow me, may have come in contact with this information. So, if it's repetitive, I apologize. But about a month or so ago, I was having trouble breathing, and I was basically told that it was stress, that it was stress related, and to chill out a little bit. And it was seriously scary for me because I I could hardly breathe. They talked about how it is, stress is a killer, and they said that after they checked my heart and they checked everything, they said that everything was fine. They did an EKG, they did all these other things, and they said it was fine. How do you feel about going to the expense of an emergency room visit, the scare of having to go through that, and then feeling like you didn't get any answers? Well, that's how I felt when I left the ER. And so I figured, you know what? Since then, and now a recent discovery, I want to share this between us women because I think a lot of things are not discussed until it's basically too late. And so, for the most part, we don't learn about things until kind of it slaps us in the face, right? Until, or worse, we kind of like laid out and we're not here anymore. So I just want to take a few minutes to just talk about that. Um, and that should tell you my story. So recently, like I said, I went to the ER, and they told me everything was fine. And then I still was having trouble breathing. And it was just like what they call air hunger. Like I couldn't get enough air. And I was feeling like this today too, almost every day I'm like inhaling a little bit more than usual. So I went to the ER doctors had told me to go and find a cardiologist. So I finally found a cardiologist because if you've been following me, you know that I moved to Kissimmee, let me say it right, Kissimmee. And I have to find all new doctors. So finally I found a cardiologist up here, went to see him, and he was like, "You look too good to be here." Thank you. Um, and the office was full of a lot of older people. I am older, but I don't want to look older. So in the room, in the office, there was a lot of older people that could hardly walk. They had oxygen, this and that, whatever. And so he tells me, I look too good. I look too good to be there. Why am I there? So I proceed to tell him my story. And he tells me that I'm smart to go and check it out. My primary care doctor also told me to check it out because why? Because a lot of women, they never really find the heart issues because they don't look for them for women. As we may have read, a lot of women have to advocate for themselves because you know, um, they just dismiss women. I mean, and we see it all over this patriarchal society in a myriad of ways. I'm not going to get into that, but um, he did mention to me that um, that I was smart to go and do that. So he scheduled me for a battery of tests, and my last blood test had shared that I was a little bit higher in my LDL, which is not the good cholesterol. And so he said, let's do all these tests. I also had seen a Good Morning America segment segment with Sam Champion recently when I had come back from a vacation. And he said that when he came back from vacation, he scheduled a visit. He actually had a visit already scheduled with his doctor, but he told him about the fact that he was having a hard time breathing. They did a nuclear test on him, a nuclear cardiology test on him. And at that moment, they told him, we need to get you into the operating room. He needed a stent. So that made me think also, and he mentioned it as well, that ask for that test because most doctors are not automatically going to schedule you for that test. So, uh, so I asked for that test when I went to see this new cardiologist. I basically said, hey, I want to, uh, get all the tests I need to make sure everything is fine. So, when you feel something in your body, ladies, gentlemen, if you have a breathing issue or whatever's scaring you, you have to share it with your doctors, and insist on getting the test that you need. And if in the day of AI right now, you can actually get an answer for these are the things that you feel. This is what you should look into, because between us women, a lot of doctors dismiss the things that we are saying, and we're not being told the full story about our health. And it's not to scare you, okay? It's to wake us up, because heart disease is the number one killer of women in this country. Number one. For Black women, the numbers are even more alarming. For Latinas, we're right there, right second. Nearly 60% of Black women over the age of 20 are living with some kind of cardiovascular disease. And for Latinas, the story is even more complicated in a different way, because we're often told that we are healthier, that we look fine, but the truth is that many Latinas and Black women go underdiagnosed. My doctor said the same thing. And that means that it's less likely for you to get screened early and to get into the system faster so you can get these tests done. And I don't know what to say, but I feel like it's happening to me. And here's the part that should make us all stop for a second. Women, Black and brown women, we are dismissed. I'm sorry to tell you this. You're misdiagnosed or undiagnosed or told that it's something else, that it's our mind, that we're thinking, that we're paranoid or whatever. But I knew what I felt, and I knew that I needed to do something, because actually, again, I felt like I couldn't, I was grasping for breath, and almost like I wasn't getting enough. I was feeling a little faint. And again, they asked me if it was stress. And of course, I live a stressful life. Hello. But it's sometimes not that. And sometimes they want to dismiss your your symptoms and tell you that it's just stress, or even hormones or something like that, and or that you're doing too much. I just want to just remind us women that the medical system hasn't been built with us in mind. You know, for both Black and brown women, too long have been ignored and undertreated. A lot of times Latinas fall through the cracks because of language, because of access, because of assumptions. And what that means is this, that we have to advocate for ourselves in ways that we should not have to, but we do. So here we are. And this is why I'm telling you, because I had to come in contact with this myself to be reminded that even with my education, even with my privilege, as a Latina, still people will dismiss me. And we need to ask better questions. We need to not dismiss the things that we're feeling and think that it's just something that's going to go away. Because if we don't fight for ourselves, nobody is going to fight for us. And that's just between us women. I just wanted to come out and let you know these things, because whatever it is that you may be feeling in your body, don't keep thinking that you'll do it another time, because you know what? You may not get another time. Too many people and I know didn't wake up. Too many people that were younger than us didn't wake up. And so this is just kind of like an alert that if you're feeling something, go to the doctor. And I know that it's expensive, and thank God for insurance for those that have it. But even with insurance, right, it costs you money. That ER visit that I went to cost me $800, even with insurance. So it's a terrible system that we are in, but we have to work within the system that we have. And I don't want you to overlook the fact that your body communicates to you in various ways. And sometimes it whispers and sometimes it screams. So between us women, let's take care of ourselves. Let's take care of each other. And let's call it out when we see someone in our friend circle that is not paying attention to the symptoms that they're telling us about. And I'm sharing this with you because I want to share this heart journey with you. They did give me some medicine. I'm not going to take it until I get all these tests back. But look at that. You know, one day everything's fine, and one day things are a little bit different. Thankfully, I'm okay. I'm okay. I'm not saying that I'm going to die tomorrow, but I don't know. Who knows, right? So I just wanted to come on here and just mention this to you because between us women, you know, there's a lot of things going on. Life is short, my friends. So take every moment that you can to celebrate life, to love the ones around you, and take care of yourselves so that you can be here much longer. God bless you.